Welcome back to 12 Days of Drafting here with GenerationD20.com. I'm Jay Matz, and this is the first day Innistrad. No, I don't want a mulligan. That's a perfectly fine opening hand. Obviously would have preferred to have the Pilgrim in my opening hand, but even getting the Pitchfork out so that my villagers can be a 3/4 first striker can present a pretty good early threat. Looks like I'm playing against, yeah, looks like I'm playing against the spider spawning deck. So here I probably need to Voiceless Spirit, because even equipped my villagers would not be able to get past his Armored Scob. And yeah, if I was him, I would attack with it. No reason not to there. So I'll get out the werewolves in case I get to a time when they can flip. And I won't hesitate to kill the Armored Scob with it. Okay. So he probably has, let's guess, Spidery Grasp. Maybe not. Maybe he's going to equip a Blazing Torch. Or maybe he just didn't think I'd block. All of those are possibilities. Okay. So here, to be able to get in the attack, I have to put on the Pitchfork. That'll get in 3 extra damage. Or kill his Scarecrow. But I'm guessing 3 extra damage. And then also can put out the Elder Cather. Then next turn, when he thinks he has his defenses set a little bit better, we can play out the Slayer and surprise him. Or play out the Lumbernut and see whether we can start growing it. Okay, Deranged Assistant, not scared of that. Ambush Viper, a little bit more afraid of that than some. But still not overly scared of it because we do have a first striker. I think we still go with the plan of killing Scob and attacking probably with those two. If I can get rid of the Scarecrow. Let's see, if I kill that guy, then I won't get him killed. But ultimately I think the Viper is more dangerous. I'll live to fight another day. And next turn, probably just do an all-out attack. I don't see any real benefit in holding back anybody. Oh, and that's nice. So I can travel preparations to make it so that this guy doesn't just roll over and die. And make it so he would have to double block on that guy, probably. Looks like a tough situation for him to come out ahead on. If I was him, I'd probably be double blocking, maybe double block the Slayer. Yeah. So, big old boneyard worm. Real question is, does he have an answer for our voiceless spirit? The Spectral Rider also can come in for some evasive fun. Well, and if he doesn't bounce the spirit now, then there's a good chance we're getting in for 4. He's probably, like at this point, I think he has to be searching for spider spawning, which has not come up for him yet. Although the flashback cost, he doesn't have any black, so I don't know how his deck succeeds. There goes us a couple potential evasive creatures. See what he does. Okay, so he's gonna attack. I can't think of any way that he tramples. But this guy's not getting through anyway, so we might as well give our shepherd a little bump. Okay. And Knot of the Bone. Right. So Knot of the Bone is his answer to buy him the time that he wants. We can get in 6. And he could flash back Knot of the Bone next turn. I think we let these guys flip. And probably, if he attacks with the Boneyard Worm, rebuke it. Okay. And to the best of my knowledge, he doesn't have anything he can flash back. We're not worried about blocking here. We'll be able to attack back with a pretty significant amount. Alright. We're able to win that one. So, do we have anything to deal with what he's doing? No, we don't have anything to clear out his graveyard. The deck worked pretty well. I think we just run it again. I mean, honestly, against him, I think our best bet is speed. And we had enough evasion that we were able to get in for a fair amount of damage. Definitely look out for Boneyard Worm. That seems to be kind of his big trick, and we don't have a lot of answers for it. We have the Rebuke, and I guess our Priest would also take care of it. Here, I'm not going to mulligan because I know I have a lot of planes in there. I may end up regretting that. Shepherd is not a bad start. Would be stronger against someone who's not playing green, but now we have a Cather to Shepherd beginning. Cather combos well with Lumberknot if we get to that. Although I would be willing to just trade the Cather for a deranged assistant. He didn't seem to have the zombies that I was expecting. And maybe we just didn't see them. But I really was expecting Stitch Drake, Makeshift Mauler. All we saw was the Armored Scab. Gotta remember that he can block Intimidate. So that will slow me down just a tad. But if he doesn't play a green creature, then I'll be able to attack in next turn. And if he does play a green creature and it happens to be a werewolf, I might be able to attack it anyway, but instead he gets a Silent Departure. Alright, so here I think the answer would be to kill, and then next turn potentially we could cast the Shepherd and do a Travel Preparations. Just have to see what he puts out. Oh, that's a decent defender. Especially against my creatures. So I'm thinking maybe do this and just Travel Preparations anyway. I'll trade this for a Grave Bramble. Protection from zombies is pretty much irrelevant, but being green with a intimidating shepherd is not irrelevant. Best case scenario, he has to use Silent Departure again this turn. And we did not get our best case scenario. So here I could Lumberknot and Travel Preparations. Or I could dearly departed. I think I like the Lumberknot travel preparations. Again, it's kind of more the aggressive play gets in the damage this turn. And I know he's going to be bouncing something, so what this does is it makes it likely that he bounces the Shepherd next turn with a Silent Departure, which means when I put my Dearly Departed down, he doesn't have the bounce. And he may also be nearly tapped out. Sure enough, just what I expected. So now, we don't have an answer for this. He still could get a Knot of the Bone, which buys him some time at this point. What's he sitting at for creatures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he does have a Knot of the Bone in his graveyard. But 2 cards in hand. Boneyard Worm would worry me more if I didn't have the Priest. And he just brought back Silent Departure. That's unfortunate. So if I was him, I would probably Silent Departure the Priest to attack with the Worm. But it looks like he has another plan. Oh no, he's Silent Departure and the Dearly Departed. We can take 5 at this point. Next thing here is we can cast both of our creatures and tap his guy down. Now he has Knot of the Bone and Silent Departure as possibilities. Gonna bounce that again. I'll tap this guy. This in for a second go round. Okay, I could attack. Yeah, kind of like that idea. Like, attack in and kill the villagers if he offers it, which he didn't. Good. So, gotta think twice, and before he can think twice, I'll tap down his worm. Now he is sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures so he can gain 10 life. And he's doing it, pulling the trigger. So let's get our creatures to flip. See what he can do. Doesn't look like he has any flashback cards still available. He does have a Kinder Catch on the way. If he attacks with Howlpack, probably got a double block. Which means I lose my Lumberknot. But it could be worse. Still have the Departed. And still have him with Intimidate in the event that... Oh, that's a nice little swing, potentially. So unless he draws a spell, and he didn't, I can plan on having a guy flip, and plan on having... Yeah, go for it, buddy. Because I think I can weather your 6, and I'm going to be attacking back with a lot more. Actually going to be attacking back with 11. But he has to answer. I like that. Alright, so I have to survive one more round. See what, if anything, he has drawn. And he had to skip combat. And I won! Awesome. So he kinda, I think he was going for an archetype and he just didn't quite get there. We had the Ranger Skyle as kind of a surprise if we needed it. And we found a way to win. Alright, well I'll see you in round 2.